Welcome to the Century National Bank High School Basketball Game of the Week on WHIZ-TV, presented by Century National Bank. Whatever's on your project list, let's talk loans. Brought to you in part by Kokonis Furniture and Mattress First in South Zanesville. Zanesville and Route 79 just south of Heath, always making it easier for you to furnish your home. By Fink's Quality Cars and RVs, Fink's Harley-Davidson, Fink's Southside Collision, and Fink's Easy Leasing and Rental. By Mideast Career and Technology Centers, imagine an education as unique as you. By Norvell's Hearing Centers in Zanesville and Cambridge, always here for you. By Denny's Classic Diner. And by Foxfire Schools, free public alternative education serving students grades K through 12. Scoreboards are provided by the Finks family of motor vehicles and services with instant replay coverage, courtesy the Ohio Educational Credit Union. 24/7 banking, convenience wherever and whenever you need it. In today's game, the Philo Electrics battle the Morgan Raiders. This is the Century National Bank Game of the Week on WHIZ-TV.
And welcome in, everyone, to our Game of the Week. Of course, Morgan, as you saw, and Philo really starting off things. I'm Nicole Hannes alongside Mariah McKenzie tonight.
And I am happy to be here. And I tell you what, this crowd and this gymnasium are rocking right now as we're awaiting this fantastic competition. And Morgan having a pretty good start to their season. Philo, well, they're going to try and get back into things.
Well, and we've seen Morgan, they've kind of made themselves a team to beat now in the league, and that's been pretty amazing to see them and their evolution throughout all this.
Oh, absolutely, and that all starts, got to see them earlier. If you watched the game last week against New Lexington, watch their defense. Defense is what says it all with this Morgan team. If they get off to a hot start on defense, it may be a tough one for the Electrics tonight.
And Morgan, they're coming off a loss to Sheridan, but really showing that they can compete in this league now. If they can get a win against a team that's like a Tri-Valley or a John Glenn later on this season, they're going to be something to contend with.
Well, absolutely. And Philo's going to have to get off to a fast start tonight and kind of quiet this crowd. Like I said, it is extremely loud in here. And honestly, what a great atmosphere we have for high school basketball.
And of course, Philo looking for their first win in the NVL. They're kind of struggling this season to start off with. They just need that win to kind of get their season going and push them up.
Yeah, and that would really propel them going forward in the season, especially against a formidable opponent at home like Morgan. As like I said, they've shown to be a force to be reckoned with so far in the MVL.
And of course, Philo, a pretty young team as well. They do have 4 seniors on their team, but there is no juniors on that Philo team. So a lot of young players to have to kind of learn the ropes, so to speak.
Well, and I'm sure the coaches and fans alike for Philo would like to see one of those young players step up and step into that kind of a senior role or a leadership position. Maybe we'll see that tonight. Maybe not. We'll see.
We'll see what happens. We'll be back with the tip-off after this break.
Fantastic.
Welcome back, everyone, to the home of the Raiders as we get ready for a tip-off here. Just announced the starters of the game for Morgan. We got Josh Wells on the court, Gabe Altier, Carver Myers, Gabe Edwards, and Carter Mail. Also for Philo, AJ Clayton, Jackson Radcliffe, Owen Smith, Nick Morgan, and Jackson Hargraves. We're ready for tip here.
Yeah, and we're ready to get it started. And man, it is loud in here. I can't comment enough on how loud it is in here.
And we got a height going on at tip there. That's AJ Clayton. If you're keeping track at home, he's 6'8" and just a sophomore. And Philo wins the tip and lays it in real quick. Owen Smith there with the bucket.
Things couldn't have started off any better for Philo than that right there.
It's a great way to start the game for sure. And we're going to work it inside here. Number 14, Carver Myers, over to number 3, Josh Wells, and we get the,
wow,
nice block by AJ Clayton on the court. See if he can slow it down here. That's Owen Smith with the shot.
Once again, defensive pressure by Morgan.
Morgan has the ball, working it around here. Trying to see if they can get in inside. They're not finding much of an open lane there. That's Carver Myers with the ball. He throws up a hook shot, not hitting the mark there. Rebound, though, by Colin James. So Morgan's going to go back around here. Philo not letting up.
No, Philo playing really good defense so far, and we got a fast break.
And that's a steal by Carter McCutcheon, and unfortunately rolls out of bounds.
Good defense there played by Morgan to not go ahead and give up the easy points there, able to poke it away and get the turnover back over and bring it back down to their end of the court.
So that's it. Jason Wells gonna work it up the court here. Morgan's coaches really telling their players to get moving. Josh Wells down to the side there. Working it inside to Carver Myers, and unfortunate pass.
Yeah, I believe he zigged when he thought he was going to zag, and easy turnover there for Philo.
We'll see if Philo can convert this into points this time around, though.
So far, Philo playing tough defense tonight, so we'll see if anybody gets hot.
Okay, so there's A.J. Clayton, and we're going to get a foul.
Yeah, I believe that foul on the outside, a little reach foul.
That's on number 24, Carter Mail. That's the first foul of the game. Philo's going to take it in underneath their basket. Trying to find someone to inbound it to, finding the big man, but unfortunately tipped out of bounds. They're going to keep it, though.
Yeah, Philo has the advantage with height.
For sure.
But Morgan has some kids that can jump, obviously.
Yes. So again, we're going to try this inbound play. Get it inbound, and no one guarded him, but couldn't get the basket to fall. That was number 3, Jackson Ratcliffe. Oh, and a travel
turnover. I tell you, if you're Philo, you got to be feeling really good about your start so far.
Yeah, holding them scoreless at 6:15 in mark, you're pretty good. So let's see if we can get it down. They're going to start down the court here. That's a Radcliffe with the ball over to Hargraves. Going to the big man, N.J. Clayton.
Yeah,
can't find anyone.
Another travel. He took about 3 or 4 extra steps. He kind of LeBron'd it there a little bit, but
unfortunately in the MVL that does not count.
Well, maybe if LeBron played in the MVL.
So again, Morgan going to work it up the court. That's Lucas Waters, the junior. Excuse me, Carver Myers, sorry. Carver Myers turns, and he's going to draw the foul.
Going to be sent to the line as a little touch pass, quick back inside. They threw it out, touch pass back in, and good play set up there by Morgan, able to draw the foul and see if we can tie it up here from the line.
We really need these points to get them going here. Maybe they'll start something here. That's Carver Myers at the line. The first one in. So it's 2-1 now.
So sometimes just seeing that ball go through the basket is all you need to get started. We'll see if this kind of kickstarts the offense for Morgan a little bit.
There we go. Now we're all tied up. Philo going to work the ball down the court here. Morgan pressing.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised at all by this. We saw a good bit of this in their game against New Lexington last week.
Their coach said it was something they really worked on during the offseason. They were disappointed with it last year.
But you can tell they definitely did work on it because it is effective. It's slowing Philo way down, kind of taking them out of their offense.
They're trying to get the ball back out, but not finding much of an open lane there. They're going to take a long shot for the 3. That was A.J. Clayton. He's going to just use his height to drive in. And the foul.
Oh, well, that was a really good footwork there to avoid contact. He avoided picking up the charge, got a little touch foul there as he made his way around and got the basket to fall.
He's really
see if he can get the and one.
Usually using his height to his advantage for sure.
Absolutely, and I tell you, Philo right back down and answer. We're able to set something up in their offense, and
Carver Myers will work it back up to the court here. Going out to looking to the wings a lot.
So still looking for an opening. This Philo defense been pretty solid. And just as I say that, drive to the basket, but the shot did not fall.
And it was Jason Wells with the shot there. Just not getting anything to fall in for him right now. Shot by Philo is finding the basket, though. Jackson Hargraves with the shot. Morgan really needs to figure out a way to slow the ball down for them down there on that court. And
yeah, they were effectively able to do that with the press earlier against Philo, but they need to slow it down on their own offense, honestly, because this isn't a team that necessarily wants to get out and run on the offensive side of the ball. And so far, Philo has done a good job of kind of taking them off of their game plan.
And they haven't gotten their shots that they have taken to fall the way they want them to. So we're going to work the ball around here. They're really excited here. And, oh, unfortunately, that's Jackson Radcliffe losing the ball and turning it over.
See defensive pressure. Let's see if Morgan can get something going.
That's Josh Wells with the ball for Morgan. He's looking for someone, but there's not a lot of movement going on.
Well, and the baseline was open a minute ago. They were able to get that drive the baseline. Let's see if they go back to that and try to get an easy layup. Nope, we're going to go for three.
And that bounced up.
Say bounced up and off the rigging, hence out of bounds. Anything not the backboard or the rim is considered out of bounds.
If you're Philo, you are really loving this game right now. They're excited on the bench.
Well, in this, like I said, the atmosphere, you got the student section loud, all the parents, all the fans here. I tell you, hotly contested game. These are fun ones to watch in the MVL.
Jackson Hargrave's going to try to get inside here. Passes it off to Jackson Radcliffe, and the shot and in.
Ice
for
in
Jackson
the
Hargrave.
veins. He shot that like he knew it was going in from the second it left his fingers.
We're almost the end of the first quarter here, and Philo really putting it to Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan so far only score off of a foul from the free throw line.
That's
Nothing
Carter.
on offense.
Carter Mill worked the ball around. He found it. Jason Wells. We're going to get a foul called, number 20. That's Carter McCutcheon for Philo.
Yeah, he got into the hands right before he made that pass. So we'll reset here. 2:54 left to go in this first period. So far, a clean game. Only 3 fouls. That was the 4th foul total in the game. 2 for each team.
Josh Wells able to get it inbound. Passes over to Jason Wells. So Carver Myers takes the shot, bounces off the backboard.
Wow.
Nothing going up for Morgan tonight.
You can't teach height.
No.
Believe me, because I failed that class terribly. But number 1 for Philo obviously did not, and he's made a difference so far.
And here we go, a fast pass down the court, and there's some points from Morgan. That's Jason Wells with the bucket.
Points coming off of defense. No surprise there that Morgan were able to get points off that play. Defense translates to offense at the other end.
And Philo answers with a bucket over their own. That's Jackson Hargraves with the ball. So here we go again, down the court. 1:59 left, 12-14. Oh, going inside and just slammed away. Philo gets the easy bucket there. That's Jackson Radcliffe with the ball.
Say, second time we've seen the big block translate to a score at the other end. Philo right now up 10, 14-4, 131.
Here it goes to work the ball around. There's Jason Wells. He's going to take a long shot out, not falling for him. And again, another Philo rebound.
Looks like Philo's going to slow it down a little bit and set up some offense.
Getting towards the end of the quarter here. There's a three-point shot, not finding its mark, and able to be rebounded by Colin James. So Morgan looking to set up something here. Kind of waiting for that last shot, it looks like. And also looking to find some way to get into the basket. So we're working outside. There's another long shot and off the mark for Jason Wells.
Morgan just not able to figure out this defense of Philo so far. They've only gotten to the paint, I think, once or twice. The rest of their shots have all been from the perimeter, and so far those shots not falling for the Raiders.
We really need to get to this end of this quarter and kind of just reset themselves, I think. So Philo will get the ball down. No press to be seen now from Morgan. number 25, Austin Ferris. And then Jackson Radcliffe with the ball. Back over to Ferris. They're working it around here. 23 seconds left on the clock. Let's see if they can get a bucket here before the end of the quarter. Morgan student section really
this crowd.
Loud.
So coach barking out orders to his guys, 10 seconds.
Got to hold them. They don't want to get the points here. Don't give it up. Oh, nice. That's a great steal there by Carver Myers, but couldn't get the points, but got the foul.
Yeah, the big man ran the floor to go ahead and try to defend, but did foul. Morgan able to pick up a couple more points here before time expires with about a half a second left on the clock.
That foul's going to be on A.J. Clayton for Philo. That's his first foul of the game. Myers gets his first foul shot. Myers has 2 points tonight. See if he can make it 3. And he does. So here we go, 5 seconds left. Half court shot, full court shot. That's slapped out of bounds by Morgan's Carver Myers. And that ends our first quarter here.
After one, we got the Philo Electrics in the lead, 14-6. We'll be right back after this on the Century National Bank High School Game of the Week.
So we've made it to the end of the first quarter. We're starting the second quarter here, 14-6. Philo with the lead.
Yeah, who would have thought the Electrics come out electric tonight and putting up 14 points in the first period to Morgan 6. Nobody really expected that, but
we knew it would be a nice game, but we didn't expect that big of a lead. They've really shut Morgan down here, but Morgan's going to try to get on the board with a 3-point shot by Josh Wells, and unfortunately not falling for them.
I'm not sure that's the offense that coach really wanted, to take that quick of a shot, especially an outside shot, but we'll see if they settle down a little bit.
So that's Jackson Hardgraves with the ball for Philo. Passes it off to Clayton.
Philo just looking for a lane. Nothing open so far.
I'm surprised a foul wasn't called on that one, but Philo's going to get to keep the ball as it goes off of Morgan's Jason Wells.
Yeah, it looks like he got all ball there as he slapped it out of bounds. Philo retains possession.
Hasn't been too physical game, but really playing tough out there. Shot by Austin Ferris falls off the mark, though. So Morgan will go back down the court here and see if we can work it inside. Those outside shots not working for them tonight.
No, so far cold from outside, and that's where we'll see, well.
All their shots have been taken from out there. There's one from Carter Mail.
I think as soon as they can figure out this Philo defense and get into the paint, that's the problem. They haven't been able to get to the paint except for like once or twice.
They're sure getting the turnovers there. That's another one by Carver Myers, and then he gets the and one. There's the points they needed.
Yeah, off the fast break, and that's what we've seen points, and that's how the Raiders are generating points in this game so far, is you play good, solid defense, you get the steal, the fast break, and here we're going to go for an and one, and just like that, you know, Morgan, you're only down 5 if he's able to convert and make this a 3-point play.
Carver Myers has 7 points tonight with that one falling in for them. Philo going to go back down the court here. They look like they're kind of slowing down here. Seeing what they can do here as they work it around. Down here at the baseline, number 3, Jackson Radcliffe, just jumping up and down asking for that ball.
Yeah, I think he thought he was more open than he actually was, but where the ball was coming from, that
would have been a dangerous pass for them.
It would have been a good pass if it would have been completed. Got a timeout here.
Looks like Morgan took that timeout, 30 seconds. They just need to kind of slow themselves down. I mean, their student section is going crazy right now and really getting them back into the game.
Well, and I think that what Morgan really wants to do, what they need to do, is kind of slow it down and work some offense. So far, they've been if it's not a fast break, if they're just getting a full possession, they're coming down the court, but they're not setting any offense.
Right.
They're one pass and then a chuck up a shot from outside or a perimeter, and I don't think that's the game plan they really need to be working right now. Let's see if they make any adjustments as they come back out after this timeout.
Philo going to be with the ball there. That's Owen Smith on the far side of the court. He inbounds it to Jackson Hargraves. Got some movement down on the paint there. They're going to go out to the wing, though. Owen Smith looking. 2 guys on him. He takes it inside and shoots it out to Jackson Hargraves. That didn't fall in for them.
Yeah, it took the long 2, but good job on the boards there by Morgan. And
there's a 3-point shot that fell. That's Carver Myers for 3. And that gets the fans excited.
Yeah, nobody stepped out to guard Myers. He thought, I'll just take it, and paid off.
That's 10-point now for Myers.
And just like that, it's a 2-point ball game.
So Philo working the ball around. Coach trying to shout out instructions to him here. Not sure he can hear him, though. That's Jackson Radcliffe with the ball. Can't find anyone open inside. Pops it out to A.J. Clayton. No good there for him. Rebound by Morgan. So back down the court we go. Josh Wells looked like he was going to throw up a shot, but then decides to take it inside and fouled by the big man, A.J. Clayton.
And that's number 2 on Clayton. And I tell you what, that's not what you want to see if you're a Philo fan, because you want to leave your big man in there as much as possible, because he's generated a lot of offense and defense for you so far in this game.
And Clayton kind of looked around. I don't know if he was really supposed to pick up Wells at all either on that play. So Wells gets the first basket, and just like that, 1-point ball game here from Morgan.
Yeah, with a chance to tie it up with 5:19 here to go before the half.
Jason Wells with 2 points on the night and make it 3.
And I tell you, Morgan
Josh Wells, excuse me, Josh Wells.
Morgan doing everything they need to do on the defensive side to translate to offense, and they have done that to get themselves back in the ball game.
There's a nice steal, too. So back down the court we go. Carver Myers out to Josh Wells. Off the mark there, and a rebound by A.J. Clayton.
Big man going to bring it down the court.
Looking to pass it off, finds Owen Smith. Owen Smith working it inside, pops it out to Jackson Radcliffe off the rim and out. And another rebound by Carver Myers. And wide open there for Morgan. That's Sheridan Gillespie.
Great vision for the long pass down the court, and just like that, your Morgan Raiders are in the lead here at home over the Philo Electrics. And we got ourselves a good ball game.
So I'm really going back and forth to start off the first half here. Morgan fans really yelling, trying to get Philo off their game over there. Jackson Hargraves holding the ball, finds Owen Smith. He's open, and he shoots it. That's going to be counted for 3.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Philo needed to kind of quiet the crowd here a little bit. And let's see if they can build on that on the defensive side of the ball now as Morgan sets up their offense.
They could get a stop here. That would be huge for them. We got Josh Wells working the ball on the outside. Hands it over to Carver Myers. Myers looking back over to Wells. Wells trying to get some players to move here on the side of the court. They're going to end up turning the ball over, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think he kind of dribbled that off his foot. Not able to re-corral it.
So Owen Smith going to work it down the court here. Morgan double teaming him, but he finds Jackson Hargraves.
Smart to step right through that trap.
Smith up and in for him.
Lane's starting to open up for Philo, and points starting to come a little easier than they did.
And that's 7 points for Smith on the night. There's a dangerous pass there from Josh Wells to Jason Wells. Finds his mark, though. Gabe Edwards with the ball. Over to Jason Wells, and he's going to get a traveling call. Turnover is really hurting him tonight.
Yeah, and that's not play we're used to seeing from Morgan. Morgan usually a pretty clean playing team. At least the game in New Lexington didn't commit too many turnovers, didn't commit too many fouls, but tonight I think they're a little bit out of sorts as Philo is able to get off to such a hot start.
So Jackson Hargraves will go over to Jackson Radcliffe. Gonna start working it underneath, back out. Jackson Hargraves with the ball. Over to Radcliffe. Radcliffe goes inside and back out. And Jackson Hargraves up. Hit out of bounds by Morgan. And the crowd does not agree with that one so much.
No, neither do the Morgan players, but I don't think they're going to get the referees to change their mind on that one.
So Nick Morgan looking to inbound in underneath for Philo. Looking to find anyone open at this point. Has to get it in bounds.
And wasn't able to do it, or did they take the timeout?
Oh, they turned it over.
Nope, that was the turnover. I didn't know if they called a timeout.
Yeah, it looked like they were looking at their coach to kind of look and see if he was going to call a timeout.
But just like that, man, defense. This defense for Morgan is stepping it up right now, and that's exactly what they need to do.
Gabe Edwards with the ball. And then finds Josh Wells. Out to Sheridan Gillespie, and there's a three-point shot up by Edwards. Not falling for him, and again, there's Clayton underneath to catch it. But not looking on the pass there.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there between the Electrics, and that ball harmlessly goes out of bounds, and we're going to reset here as timeout has been called. And Raiders taking that timeout, so we will be back right after this timeout here on the Century National Bank High School Game of the Week on WHIZ-TV.
Welcome back to Morgan High School as we're watching the Morgan Raiders take on the Philo Electrics. And there's the MVL standings. You see the Sheridan Generals and John Glenn really at the top here. And then you got the Morgan and Tri-Valley.
Yeah, Morgan right now down just 3 in this game with the ball. And really, the story is the Philo Electrics. Nobody expected the play out of them like we've seen so far, but kind of stunning Morgan. Morgan able to get back into it, and
no, the shot not falling there for them, though. So Owen Smith's going to work the ball up the court to Jackson Hargraves. Hargraves looking for someone to get it to. He needs to move that ball because Morgan's all over it. There's Clayton. He shoots it. No good there. Rebounded. Getting the height there. Morgan.
Oh, tried the little quick inside pass and just
rolls out of bounds.
Yeah, not accurate enough. That's a tough play, especially you got to make sure your man's looking for that pass. I'm not sure he was.
They're moving pretty quick down there too, so not really set where they needed to be for that one. So here we go. Rainbow pass there over to Owen Smith. And we're gonna, let's see. Did they kick it?
I think we might have had a kick ball.
That's a kickball that's off Josh Wells. Philo's going to inbound it to Jackson Radcliffe. Radcliffe double team there on the line. Bounces it off the foot and turns it into Morgan ball.
Yeah, he was going to try and bounce it off the Morgan player out of bounds. Did not work.
We're at less than a minute left in this first half here. Morgan needing to get the offense going here as they work the ball around. Carter Mail over to Josh Wells. We're going to wait for that last shot. Sheridan Gillespie with the ball at the point. Almost a steal for Philo.
I don't know. They're going to call that an over and back, but that was a tip ball. So.
And that was close to the line too, right?
Well, it was foot on the line, which would be an over and back, but coach trying to argue that the ball was tipped. But
might have a case there.
Well, he's not going to win it though.
Yeah. So Clayton with the ball, and Philo trying to, there it is, it's tipped inside, almost though, tipped in the basket, and they're going to get a rebound.
Wow.
That's points for Jackson Hargraves.
Yeah, that was just luck on Philo's part. The ball bounced right off of the backboard and right back to him. Defender fell down.
Jason Wells
Easy shot.
Jason Wells with the ball now, over to Josh Wells. Gillespie with the ball, he's working it inside. They need to get the shot off. Less than 5 seconds on the clock. There's a shot by number 14, Carver Myers sinks it, and he's going to get the foul.
And this place just erupted.
They are excited about that one.
I tell you, And just with that shot plus the foul, with all of the non-production of Morgan on offense so far in this quarter, it'll only be a 1-point game if he's able to make this shot.
And that's 13 points for Carver Myers. He's leading on the scoreboard right now for Morgan. Foul shot doesn't roll in. Clayton with the rebound. Philo throws up a shot and not going anywhere. So we've come to halftime and the guest team has come to play tonight.
Yeah, nobody expecting that, even us, but we got ourselves an exciting ball game, and we'll see how it comes back and unfolds in the second half. This is the Century National Bank High School Game of the Week on WHIZ-TV.
And welcome back. It's halftime here, 21-19. Morgan be trailing in this game at their home court, 21-19.
Yeah, nobody expected that. As we take a look at some highlights here, is Philo getting the long ball started early, and that's really what started off this game. Morgan able to get something going a little bit later, some points, defense translating to offense, but man, that's another one of their fast breaks off of a defensive play. But
that's really where the points from Morgan have come from, and they only have one player in double digits right now. That's Carver Myers. He has 13 points tonight. Other players on the team only have 2 points. You got 2 points from Jason Wells right now, and also 2 points from Josh Wells, and that's really the only offense that they have seen. They've got to get some players moving here.
Yeah, they're going to have to get some more players on the board and get some scoring from different places, because once the defense figures out your leading scorer, and if he's the only guy getting the bulk of your score, that's not going to do so well for you in the second half. And I can imagine that there will be some adjustments made on the defensive side. On the other
side of things, Philo, their leading scorer right now is Jackson Hargraves. He has 9 points, and Owen Smith has 7 points. So a lot going on and a lot going to be done at halftime to get these players going. Absolutely, and we'll be back here soon to bring you that second half here on the Century National Bank High School Game of the Week on WHIZ-TV. Welcome back to the Century National Bank TV Game of the Week, 21-19, as Philo stunning Morgan right now. As we get ready to start the second half, coach is giving last-minute instructions to their players. Yeah, and you can see there, if Matt over in the director's corner could put that graphic back up, the scoring was like reversed. It was a story of 2 quarters, as Philo came out hot, scoring 14 points and only allowing 6, and then Morgan turning it around, reversing that, having the hot hand there in the second and holding Philo only to 7 points, and that's why we're only at a 2-point game here at the beginning of the third period. And you gotta think this one's going to be one of those games that's going to come right down to the wire, as from so far from what we've seen from these two teams. Unfortunately, Philo starting the half with the ball here, and Owen Smith is going to get it. He's trying to find Jackson Hargraves, but he wasn't able to find the pass. Hargraves does eventually end up with the ball back over to Smith. He's going to look like he's going to take it in, but decide to go back out. Morgan closing down that lane. Yeah, this Morgan defense is deceptive. They'll make you think you have a lane to the basket, and it closes quickly. So they're just going to keep working it as much as they can, not finding anywhere to go. But the big man underneath, there's a player to go to, A.J. Clayton. I tell you, he just slipped behind, got behind his defender, and that's all it took. Lays it in for the easy 2. Philo's coach was talking to our sports guy Ian earlier this week and said that Clayton really has a mind for basketball. And you can tell as he rolled to the hoop on that last offensive play and able to get the easy 2 points from just a couple feet from the rim. There's Jackson Hargraves with the ball. You have people open underneath, they just can't figure out how to get it there. So when in doubt, go big. Back out to Jackson Hargraves. He takes it inside, gets the 2 points, and that gets the bench up and cheering. Jackson Hargraves now has 11 points tonight for Philo. So Morgan looking to slow things down here. Philo not giving him any space, but that's going to be a foul.
And that's number 3 on the big man. And it looks like
to get a substitution here for him, take him out, let him sit for a while. Austin Ferris coming in.
Yeah, and we'll see how that affects the offense and the defense of Philo, as so far in this second period, he's had an effect on both.
Josh Wells inbounding the ball to Carver Myers. Myers working around the side there. He's looking for somewhere to go, but really being stuck on by Owen Smith, not giving him any room to move. So here we go again. Carver Myers inside the paint and lays it in. 2 points for Carver Myers.
Yeah, he was able to get around Smith there and get right to the basket and put the ball on the deck. Drive around to the paint. Oh, and a great defensive play there by Morgan.
Myers, missed the layup, but it looks like he drew the foul on that one from Owen Smith.
Smith not really happy with the call. I think he thought he had all ball, but the Stripes saw it different.
Kind of looked like Myers was losing control there towards the end, too. Maybe he thought that had gone that way.
Yeah, and the referees kind of bailed him out a little bit, but hey, he's making them pay at the line.
So there's a point there for Myers. 16 now for him. See if he can make it 17 with this shot.
He does it. And we're back to a 2-point ball game here as Philo up 25-23 with the ball.
Really making it look easy for him at the line. So we work the ball around, get past the half-court mark, and chucked that ball underneath the Jackson Radcliffe. Radcliffe throwing it across, but Owen Smith kind of losing control there, able to settle it down. That's a dangerous pass as a Carver Myers big on defense there too.
Oh, absolutely. And if you may have noticed in that series, man, Morgan defending all the way out to half court. Morgan looks like
Morgan's they called for a timeout, just I think to give their team a breather. They've been really working hard out there.
Well, absolutely, and coach was all the way out at the midcourt stripe, cheering on his guys, is going for those loose balls and defending all the way out almost to half court, man. You love seeing that out of your team, especially when they're playing from behind like they have in this entire game, and still out there just giving it all they got and making this a ball game.
It's been so fast-paced. I didn't expect it to go that fast because Morgan is so good on defense. I figured they would slow it down a little bit for Philo, but it's gone back and forth so quickly.
Back and forth, and honestly, I would have thought they would have wanted to slow it down a little bit as well, but I think that Morgan has decided this is going to be one of those games where you're going to have to get out and run, and so they're making adjustments to do that. And also by playing this style of defense they're playing, maybe slow Philo down a little bit. But man, we're really seeing a great basketball game here. And if you're not watching this, or a friend of yours isn't watching us, call them and tell them to watch, because this has been a very entertaining game. Morgan's defense pretty aggressive too out there for going after the ball. So Philo with it on the inbound as after that timeout. 5:33 on the clock. No space to go out there for Jackson Hargraves. Looking for someone. They're moving, but Morgan all over them. Jackson Radcliffe with the ball inside the paint and swatted away. That's Carver Myers. You're really seeing a difference with the big man for Philo on the bench, as no production from the paint. That's Jason Wells with the ball over to Josh Wells, and there's a three-point shot. They're pretty excited about that one here in Morgan. Nobody within 10 feet of Josh Wells when that ball left his hands. Nothing but net, and that has erupted this gymnasium as the Raiders take a 1-point lead. Philo looked to answer with a three-pointer of their own by McCutcheon, but that didn't fall in, so we're going to try it again. Line it up, shoot it. Unfortunately, that one not falling for Josh Wells. Oh, I imagine that the roof would have come off this place if that ball would have found its way through the net. You wouldn't have been able to hear a thing in here. So Carter McCutcheon with the ball is stolen away by Morgan. Let's see if we can lay it in for points. Jason Wells with the bucket. That's going to be 4 points for him tonight. And you knew that it was going to be defense getting the Raiders back into this game, and that's exactly what has happened. The turnover, the fast break at the other end. So Morgan really playing the game they wanted to play in the first half. Owen Smith finding an open lane and finding the easy bucket there for him. Smooth as butter. Going down the lane, the easy layup.
Well, here we go. Philo with the rebound there on that shot.
Yeah, Morgan not able to answer. We are still a 1-point game. Is Morgan in the lead, 28-27.
Morgan trying to keep a Philo off the board and try to pad their lead here. See if they can do it. Owen Smith with the ball over to Jackson Hargraves. Hargraves holding it. Out to the point there to number 20, Carter McCutcheon. McCutcheon finds inside shot, and then Smith with a three-point shot, no good. The fans really wanted that one to go.
And the Electrics really working the boards tonight, getting those rebounds.
Jackson Radcliffe giving Philo life here, 14. That's Jackson Hargraves. He's going to see Morgan. Oh, wasn't paying attention, almost got the ball stolen away there, and they eventually do. And that's going to be a foul on Carter McCutcheon, doing a little grab in there.
Yeah, Philo had set up a screen, but the screen did not work, as actually his man backed into him and knocked the ball away just enough for Morgan to knock the ball away, and then the Morgan player fouled as he tried to get away, and we'll reset.
So here we go. Morgan looking to get some more points on the board and keep Philo off of it as they work the ball around. There's Carver Myers, 3 points. Oh, sinks it in. That was a pretty shot.
That was, and this place is going nuts right now.
And that puts Carver Myers at 20 points for Morgan. Philo trying to figure out how to get the ball inside, nowhere to go right now. Owen Smith with the basket, he loses control of it, and Morgan looking to capitalize on another Philo turnover. And there it is, Josh Wells, 3 points. You can't even hear yourself in this gym, it's going so nuts in here.
A little bit of an unforced error there, and Morgan able to capitalize again. I'm telling you, defense is just sweltering.
Morgan has to be happy with their playing as that Smith shot falls to no avail. And here we go, post up for the three, and not gonna fall there, but the Morgan able to get the rebound. Slowing things down just a tad to get things set up, but driving it in. Oh, he lost control and still got the bucket. That's Jason Wells with a point, and Philo gonna have to take a timeout.
Yeah, Philo's gonna have to stop the bleeding here as Morgan has jumped out to a quick 7-point lead. With 1:50 left to go in this third period, it's 35-27. Morgan in the league. We'll be back with more from the Century National Bank High School Game of the Week here on WHIZ-TV.
We're back here at Morgan High School as the Raiders took a lead in that first half of the quarter. They're 35-27, really putting the hurts to Philo as we get the second half.
All from defense really ruling this game. And as I say that, Philo with an open three, not able to connect, but the rebound.
So that's Jackson Radcliffe with the ball over to Jackson Hargraves. Hargraves going to hold on to it, looking underneath. He has Clayton underneath, who came back into the game. He was taken out because he got into a little bit of foul trouble. Yeah,
Clayton out there playing with 3 fouls. So if you're the big man, you got to be careful.
Morgan tipping it away from Philo, really forcing them to.
And we got a travel.
Another travel. Another forced turnover for Morgan. Their defense, they have to be so proud of the way this defense has played this season.
Absolutely, and I think that it's got Philo a little bit out of sorts as they created a kind of a silly turnover right there with the travel. So
it's keeping them in the game for sure.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And that's what a stifling defense will do to you. It'll start making you make mistakes you wouldn't otherwise make.
And there's an easy lay-in for Sheridan Gillespie for Morgan. He gets 2 points on the board. That's 4 points for him tonight.
Yeah, and we're all just like that. They ballooned out to a 10-point lead.
So we're under a minute left to go in this third quarter, a quick moving third quarter. Philo looking to get some points on the board before it ends, out to the foul line, but not able to fall for Owen Smith, and Morgan's there to rebound it.
Yeah, that ball did everything but go in the net as it rolled around the rim and back out, and Morgan here setting up their offense. Open lane, but the big man with a block making his presence known, and I tell you what, that 10-point lead might have been affected a little more if he would have been on the floor, but I tell you, foul trouble becoming a theme in this game.
And there's an inbound pass, and Carver Myers able to get on the board once again. He is now at 22 points tonight. And another steal by Myers. Lays it in, but he gets a charge. Got a feet planted.
Yeah, offensive foul. They're going to say that the Electric got down there and got his feet set, but
Philo fans like it. However, Morgan fans not too happy about the way that.
Yeah, you can hear the boos raining down from the student section here, and they're not very happy with the call, but
that's a fortunate thing for Philo. They really lucked out there that they were able to get their feet planted in time.
Say, if he did, it was close. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Jackson Hargraves double teamed there towards the half-court line. Smith looking for someone. Radcliffe looking for someone to go to. And a turnover for Philo as that bucket falls short.
And it looks like we have another timeout called here, and we'll take it as well. We'll be back with more here. 39-27, the Morgan Raiders in the lead here in the third period. This is the Century National Bank High School Game of the Week on WHIZ-TV.
Welcome back to Morgan High School. 39-27 as Morgan has taken the second half and really made it their own.
And I just learned there's a Raider Gator mascot.
How did you not know?
That's
the Raider Gator twitters. He has a Twitter account.
I'm gonna have to follow him now. I don't know why I haven't before.
The best mascot in the MVL.
I'm not gonna lie. It may be.
And we are headed to the fourth quarter here. Here we go. So Morgan with the ball. So we get set to see how this one plays out at Morgan High School. Working it inside, Sheridan Gillespie trying to get control of the ball, unable to, and he's going to turn it over to Philo.
And the big man making a difference once again in this ball game, as nothing comes easy in the paint when you got a guy that's a foot taller than everybody else playing defense.
So here Philo goes down the court. Jackson Hargraves with the ball. Over to Jackson Radcliffe, back over to Hargraves. Hargraves looking to the inside. He has Clayton. Couldn't get it into the big man. Shot up by Owen Smith is not any good.
It worked as a pass, though, as the big man able to put it back up for two.
Morgan with the ball, working into the inside, and they're going to call a foul on number 14, Jackson Hargraves. Going to say he pushed a little bit on that one.
A little bit of a push foul. That's a little ticky-tack, depends on how you want.
Now, A.J. Clayton for Philo, he has only 7 points on the night, but feels like he has more the way he's playing down there.
And he's able to pick up another foul, and this is going to be in the shot, or in the act of shooting, so he's going to go to the line and shoot two.
That's Carver Myers at the line. Carver Myers has 24 points tonight for the Morgan Raiders. Of course, leading scorer there for them.
See if he can add to that total here from the charity stripe.
6-foot junior puts up his first shot off the rim. We get a substitution in. Number 20, Carter McCutcheon, coming into the game for Philo, replacing Jackson Hargraves. So Carver has taken his second shot here.
Up and in.
Gets that one, 40-29. Morgan starting to pull away here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, and it looks like we had a foul on a Raider here. What? Kind of a silly foul on your end of the court, but.
So Philo will end up with the ball. Double teamed over towards the baseline there, nowhere to go, and a bad pass into the inside. Morgan able to get another turnover here. Carver Myers going inside, finds two Philo players stopping his way, so he pops it out to number 23, Gabe Edwards. Shot no good. Philo really speeding things up down underneath there. Clayton with the ball over to Owen Smith. Smith can't get it in, but Clayton can get the foul.
Yeah, as he was going up for the board and put back, little foul called, so send him to the line to shoot two.
Clayton has 7 points tonight, as we mentioned. There's 8.
able to get the first one. And if you're playing from behind in the second half, of the, especially fourth quarter of a game, this is the best way to get your scoring with that clock shot stopped. And that's exactly what is going on right now. Is able to get both.
Austin Ferris coming into the game for Philo. So Morgan's going to go down to the court here, see if they can get extend their lead. Moving the ball around. No one at the top of the key, so he's going to, Carver Myers going to take it in. And Clayton hits it out of his hand, out of bounds. Morgan going to keep the ball, though, underneath their basket. Good stop there.
Very good stop there. And I tell you, if you're Morgan, you might be.
Jason Wells inbounded it to Philo. And then they promptly turned it right back over on a traveling call. So
yeah, he wasn't expecting that ball to land where it landed, and he walked with it. Turned it right back over, but getting the rebound.
That's Nick Morgan out there for Philo. Ball tipped up by Myers, brought down by Jason Wells, and just like that, Morgan back in control of this ball game.
And if you're Morgan, you might want to take a little time off the clock, and just as I say that, a quick
throw up the shot. That's Jason Wells with the ball. Nick Morgan going to move the ball for Philo. Coming off the bench and making some trouble out there. So Austin Ferris over to Nick Morgan. Morgan to Owen Smith. Back to Morgan, and Clayton with the three-pointer from the big man. No basket there, as they're going to call a foul.
Yeah, foul on the floor, and
it's on number 20.
I tell you, the big man stepping out and draining a three-pointer there for the Electrics, and they played before.
That's a foul on Carter McCutcheon, and that would be his fourth one of the night.
Say fouls becoming a problem here for the Philo Electrics.
I guess the substitution's in for Morgan now. Josh Wells with the ball. Sets up the play. And another foul is going to be called, and that's going to be on Owen Smith, and he is not too happy about that call.
And that with that foul, that's 17 fouls on the Electrics, and that should put the Raiders in the bonus, if I am not mistaken. So they'll be shooting free throws from here on.
That's 3 fouls now for Owen Smith. People on the court still trying to figure out what's going to go on here. Oh, they got a wet spot that they need to get cleaned up before they can start playing again.
Yeah, bodies hit the floor, and that's what happens.
It's that time of the night. So Philo has a chance to kind of calm themselves down here. We are going to get some foul shots on that one.
Yeah, is Morgan going to be shooting foul shots from every foul as it comes down the stretch here. So.
And at the line, once again, Carver Myers sinks it in. No doubt about that one.
No, able to get the first one to fall, earning that second foul shot.
That's 26 points for him.
Over half of the scoring for the Raiders coming from him, as he's able to drain the second as well. So if you're Philo, you got to play fast and play smart here.
We're at 5 minutes left in this fourth quarter. It's Owen Smith.
And we have a travel. He didn't like it, but he did drag his pivot foot there as he turned.
And that's just testament to Morgan's defense, just making Philo make mistakes that they would never make otherwise.
Absolutely, and a defense like Morgan's gets you out of your game, and it makes you think. And the last thing you need to do when you're playing in a game where it's a fast game like this is think. And that's exactly what the Raiders are doing, and come down to the other end and just make an easy bucket. We're back out to a 10-point lead.
That's Myers again. That gives him 29. One more, and he'll have 30 points tonight. So here we go. Owen Smith with the ball. Over to Jackson Radcliffe. Radcliffe passes it to Nick Morgan, and he loses control of it, not going the way Philo wants to in the second half.
No, not at all. It looks like he might have dribbled it off his toe and right out of bounds there. Unforced error, but I'm telling you.
You can tell right away he was real upset that he made that mistake.
Absolutely, and Morgan looks like they may slow it down here a little bit and run some offense, eat some time off of that clock, as we're under 4.5 minutes to go here in the fourth.
That's Carter Mail out there, crossing it over to Colin James. to Carver Meyer.
Wow.
Lucky that one didn't go out of bounds on him.
Or get intercepted.
Josh Wells with the three-point shot off the rim, tipped out by Philo. They're able to bring it down and keep control of it. Looking to see where they can move it. Morgan could have been on a little bit of a press here.
Yeah, going for the quick trap.
Here we go down the court. Wide open shot for Owen Smith, able to go into the lane, and Philo is going to take a timeout.
So that was all Smith on that offensive possession. Able to drive the lane, put it up for an easy 2.
That's a full timeout as well.
And we'll take a timeout with them as we're here on the campus of Morgan High School with Morgan in the lead 44-36 over the Philo Electrics. This is the Century National Bank High School Game of the Week on WHIZ-TV.
Welcome back to Philo High School. It's Philo getting out of a timeout. This is our game next week. Now, Jeremiah, you and I will not be sitting here.
No, we will not, and it's probably a good thing because I'm a Sheridan grad. I'd probably be a homer on that one. But, man, talk about a fantastic game as we were looking at the standings. Yeah, we were looking at the standings earlier, and Sheridan and John Glenn up there undefeated. So.
And it's going to be that's a Christmas type game right before the Christmas season.
It will be a Christmas gift to one of those teams, I'll tell you that.
So here we go. Morgan with the ball as we get set for the last 3 minutes of this ball game. Josh Wells with the ball underneath to Carver Myers, and Myers puts it in. Guess what? That's 31 points tonight for the junior. 31
points, and I tell you, that was just a complete defensive breakdown on the part of Philo. That was really too easy.
Morgan not letting up on the defense department, keeping Philo out of the game here, making a move pretty quick. As Jackson Radcliffe almost got the ball tipped away, across the court pass to Owen Smith. Owen Smith taking it in. It is knocked away by Colin James, the sophomore there with the stop.
Yeah, he was able just to get enough of that to where not able to convert off the bottom of the backboard, and turnover back over to Morgan.
Carver Myers glances the bench, sees what the coach wants to do here. So they're going to pass the ball around a little bit.
Yeah, you got to think they're going to pick their shot, and hard foul there.
That's Josh Wells, and so as we've known, they're going to go to the basket on this one because we're in a 1-on-1 situation. So Josh Wells going to the line from Morgan.
So see if he can expand on their 10-point lead here.
Wells has 7 points tonight.
Make it 8.
Substitution in, and number 20, Sheridan Gillespie, coming into the game for Colin James after that big stop by James. Also, number 23, Gabe Edwards into the game. He's replacing number 24, Carter Mail. So Josh Wells back at the line, taking his second shot here. In. 9 points. Down the court we go.
We're approaching 2.5 minutes to go, and Philo's going to have to come up with something here, down 12.
Definitely running out of time for the Electrics. Really been a different half for them. Clayton with the ball and in.
Flushes the dunk.
Down by 10. Ball goes out of bounds. I'm going to say it went off a Philo player there. It went off Carter McCutcheon. So Josh Wells underneath the basket. Going to inbound it for Philo. So wiping the ball off a little bit for him.
Get a little perspiration off of there.
With this many people in the gym, it gets kind of warm.
Just a little bit.
Carver Myers with the ball for Morgan. Here we go. Out to Jason Wells. We work the ball around here for the Morgan Raiders.
You got to think if you're Morgan, you just want to be patient. Don't take a shot until it's absolutely a dream shot. But
we're at 2 minutes now. You've got to figure you just hold on to it for as long as you can.
Absolutely. And Philo coming out to defend, so
making them work.
Force the issue there.
Carver Myers with the ball over to Gabe Edwards. Edwards gives it to Josh Wells. And then back out to Carver Myers.
say at some point if you're Philo, you're going to have to start fouling.
And there's an open shot for Sheridan Gillespie. I think the coach from Philo was telling them to foul, and they couldn't get it done.
I saw him coming out there almost the half-court line, imploring them. So I have to think that that's kind of what he's thinking right now as he's down 12.
Jackson Hargraves, that ball didn't hit the rim, but Philo able to rebound. He's going to get another shot at it.
And draw the foul.
Fouls on Sheridan Gillespie.
Yeah, not able to get the shot to fall, but going to get 2 tries from the free throw line.
That's foul number 2 on Gillespie tonight.
Try and cut into this 12-point lead, and we have a timeout called here.
Morgan going to take that timeout.
And we'll take it as well. This is the Century National Bank basketball high school basketball game of the week. I said basketball twice here on WHIZ-TV.
Welcome back to Morgan High School. 50-38, Morgan taking control as we look to end this ball game. Second half has been much different than the first half for Philo.
Oh, absolutely. Philo has really stepped it up on the defensive side of the ball. It really started there in the second period when they kind of got things righted on the offensive side of the ball. That all came via defense, and boy, they've just seemed to stepped it up as this game goes on.
So Jackson Hargraves going to go to the line to shoot for Philo. Gets that one to go in. Hargraves has 12 points now.
So see if he can cut this to a 10-point lead.
One of 3 Philo players in double digits.
So a minute 14 to go here. So Philo, you got to create some possessions here as well. Get some steals.
Gonna look for some fouls here for sure. That second shot went in for Hargraves. Philo with the ball, or Morgan with the ball, Philo trying to foul, and there's one by Jackson Radcliffe to send Morgan to the line.
So just 9 seconds off the clock before they are able to get that foul.
That's Jason Wells is going to go to the line. We got a substitution coming in. Carter Mail coming into the game for number 20, Sheridan Gillespie for Morgan. So Jason Wells at the line, 6 points tonight for him. And there's number 7, going to get another shot.
Morgan so far been pretty good at the line, shooting high percentage, and that does not bode well for Philo if your game plan is to foul to stop the clock.
Just giving them more points on the board. There's another one. So after that brief break, Gillespie going to come back into the game. Gabe Edwards going to take a seat on the bench.
And we got a little kind of 3/4 court press here, we'll call it that.
Taking their time now, under a minute left to go. Clayton with the shot from 3-point range, doesn't fall in. Morgan able to grab down that basket. And we're gonna get a fast break. Oh. Sheridan Gillespie not able to get control of the ball, turns it over to Clayton. Clayton gonna work it up the court. Clayton gonna take it in himself, lays it in, that's 2 points for him. As they're gonna try to set up a press here for Philo.
And we got a timeout called by Morgan. And I tell you what, great body control for Clayton there as he was driving the lane. A lot of times you'll see a big guy come in there and kind of bull his way through the lane, but he was able to get stopped and pull up for the quick little jumper and get an easy 2. And like I said, it's not, especially at the high school level when you got a big guy, it's usually you don't see that kind of body control. So I tell you what, he's a good player, and we're probably only going to see good things and growth from him going forward, and that will be an asset for this electric basketball team.
He's only a sophomore. You have to keep that in mind. He still has a lot of growing to do as a player mentally, and going to be a challenge for some of the shorter teams in the MVL. MVL not known for their height.
Absolutely, and we were talking earlier about how this Philo team is a very young team, but I tell you what, give them another year or so, they're going to be a tough one here in the MVL.
They have 4 seniors on their team, but the rest of the team, all sophomores and a freshman.
And outlet pass.
More points for Carver Myers on the board. 33 points tonight for him. Down to 27 seconds on the clock. Another turnover for Philo as they're able to snap it away from Owen Smith.
And you got to wonder if Philo has called off the dogs here a little bit, and that's
we're going to run out the clock here for sure.
A little bit of keep away here.
Clayton keeping him from making a shot there. Carter Mail's open, but he's not going to take the shot. And there it is. Morgan comes away with a victory after struggling in the first half. Second half, much different for them. 54-42 is your final score.
And with that, one loss on the season. What is that? Morgan moves to 3-1. And your Philo Electric still winless. We'll be back with more right after this here on the Century National Bank Basketball High School Game of the Week on WHIZ-TV.
And we have ended the game here at Morgan High School. 54-42 is your final score, as in the second half, Morgan able to pull away from Philo and really make that half their own.
And it was absolutely a tale of two halves, as early on, Philo jumping out to a lead. As you can see here, Philo getting points easily, but it was defense creating offense for the Raiders there in the second half. And boy, I tell you what, it was coming easy for Morgan as they were getting fast breaks and the shots were falling. Philo trying to get back into it as late, but could not, as everything falling for the Raiders in the second half of this game.
And Philo had a lot of, Morgan had a lot of three-point shots in that second half that really put the fans in a mood to win this game for them.
Well, absolutely, and they kind of got the Philo offense discombobulated. I mean, when you're being defended so tightly and so hard, it really pulls you out of your game, and you start making little mistakes. And Philo, like I said, things were coming easy in the first period, but really after that, from the second period on, it was all Morgan, and it was all defense creating all that.
And Philo, for them, A.J. Clayton, #1, and the big man underneath. We've been talking about him all night. 6'8". He's only a sophomore, but he led the team with 16 points tonight. So if he can continue to do that and continue to work hard, Philo could be really good. Yeah,
give Philo another year or two. They'll be a contender in the MVL, but not tonight, as Morgan, your winner, 54-42. And thank you for joining us here. And we'll bring you a great one next week, Sheridan versus the Muskies of John Glenn. That's all from Morgan High School here on the Century National Bank Basketball High School Game of the Week on WHIZ-TV.